Hello everyone, Iron Man fan here. In this video I'd like to talk about Fury tanking. I get asked a lot, hey, what's a good Fury prop build? Or hey, are these good weapons for Fury tanking? So I thought I'd make a video answering everyone's questions and just kind of point them here if they ever ask. I think Fury prot tanking isn't for everyone. One of the important things to understand in Fury tanking, or what I would consider a misunderstanding, is knowing when to put on a shield, or putting on a shield in general. I think Fury tanking, I think people just think that you just put on weapons and just go in, but that's not the case. There are times when you need to put on a shield, and there's just no way around it. Fury tanking is really stressful on healers, and it requires a lot, a decent DPS group, so the fights don't last long. Basically, Fury tanking is all about doing damage to hold threat, and kind of just burning down the fights as fast as possible. So it's stressful on the healers. So you need a good group. You need a decent group. I think you can pretty much do it with any weapons. You need something that does good DPS, but like epic weapons are not a requirement, right? I've seen people with blues Fury tank Molten Core. So knowing when to put on a shield is probably the most important thing. If there's anything I can like, if you take only one thing away from this video, let it be putting on a shield, like knowing when to put on a shield, and you can go from there and learning how to Fury tank. I really don't think that Fury tanking is for everybody. You see here in this video I stay in defensive stance, and that's because in the Fury prop build, which I'll go over in a minute, there's no tactical mastery, and like for me that was a really tough thing to get over. You just have to sit in defensive stance and kind of just like face pull mobs or like range pull them, right? I stay in defensive stance when Fury tanking. All your abilities generate more threat that way, right? Probably one of the difficult things to get used to in Fury prot tanking is not having tactical mastery. That's why I have Piercing Howl. So what we'll do here is I'll go over the better thing here. So this is my Fury prop build. You don't have to follow it, word for word, but because there's some things that you can change around, and I'll go over that. But what I get is 5 out of 5 Cruelty, 5 out of 5 Unbridled Wrath, Piercing Howl, like we talked about. It's just such a good quality of life talent for warriors, and you always have to have your trigger finger ready to taunt. And if you have all the mobs slowed with Piercing Howl, it'll make it so much easier to react, right? I have improved Battle Shout, 3 out of 5 dual wield spec for increased damage on your offhand, Enrage, Death Wish, Flurry, and Bloodthirst, right? So now into the prot tree. I get 5 out of 5 shield spec, and like that's what I get asked the most. People are like, hey, wait a minute, if you're Fury tanking, then why do you have shield spec? Why do you not have anticipation? That's because like anticipation, it was known as being a good talent, but as a Fury prot tank, what you want is, it's all about damage throughput. It's all about like the bandwidth of damage, if that makes sense. It's all about damage coming in, and damage going out. So you kind of actually want to get hit and crit. Like you want a mob to crit you when you're Fury tanking, because it's all about having short bursts of fights. The fights don't last long. So when a mob crits you, get extra rage, you do more damage, you keep threat. So I don't get anticipation. I don't think it's a good talent for Fury prot. So I get shield spec. 2 out of 2 Blood Rage, and Last Stand, another quality of life talent that I think is really important. Improved shield block, really important for prot warriors. I mean, you guys should already know. 5 out of 5 Defiance, which increases the threat generated by your attacks and abilities by 15% while in defensive stance. I think that's the key here that makes Fury prot work. All your ability, you're doing damage to your abilities, and you generate more threat that way by staying in defensive stance. And then 3 improved Sunder. I mean, you can get improved Taunt. Revenge is really good too. Improved Heroic Strike. You're free to kind of change this like a little bit, but this is basically my build here. In this part of the video, you see I put on a shield, and I think that it's really important when to know to put on a shield. I think more than like 3-4 mobs, I think you should put the shield on, because the way a shield works, right? If a shield has 100 block value, each mob hitting you, you're going to reduce 100 damage by each of them. So times 5, that's 500, right? That adds up. So you really got to know when to put on a shield. when people ask me about Fury Prot tanking or you know, like how to do it, what to do and stuff, I just you know, I just tell them basically everything I said in this video. I tell them to know when to put on a shield. Don't don't rely heavily on the weapons, and understand that you have, you know, the DPS and the healers are stressed out. You're asking a lot of them. I think you should just try it. You know, give it a go. Go the build. Give it a go. There's a lot to wrap your head around it. And I said it. You know, I said it earlier. I don't think that Fury Prot is for everybody. I think that it's something. It's like a mental battle. You have to get over it, and you might be able to. But look at me. I'm just laughing at myself in the video there. You might be able to, you know, just try it and see if it works for you, right? So I really enjoy Fury Prot tanking. I enjoy the whole aspect of it, just kind of like diving in and stuff. But keep an eye on your healer's mana, you know, very basic like tank stuff. In this video specifically here, I'm actually not Fury Prot build. I was just, somebody asked me to do a run with them really quick. Guildy wanted to get Hand of Justice, so I was like, okay. So I just jumped on really quick, and so I try to I use all my Fury Prot gear. I try to make it work, but sometimes I do lose threat, or sometimes you'll see me switch stances and like pummel or something, right? So again, the losing tactical mastery was the absolute like most difficult part for me, at least. Maybe for other people it wouldn't be so hard, but all right. So that's my questions and answers. Those are my answers on basic answers on frequently asked questions on Fury Prot tanking. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel so I can continue doing this. I would love to just create content for you guys. Give a video a like if you liked it, a dislike if you didn't, and let me know why in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, guys.